The artist recreates the world.
Welcome to The Artist Creates the World. I am with Amanda Ebokosia.
Yes.
I said that right?
Yes, you did.
And you said Ebokosia means what?
To have arrived.
To have arrived.
Yes.
I'm so grateful that you came, Amanda.
Yes.
We have like built
It's been a long
relationship on the light rail and way back when you started with your the gym project.
Yes.
How long ago was that?
Wow, many years ago. I started the GEM project when I was a sophomore at Rutgers University, Newark in 2006. So it's been around for a while. Yeah.
2006?
Yeah.
Wow, I should have brought that question up. But you are super creative. I've always we just had some great conversations about art, about media, about where you have been, your progress. And then you share with me, she has some lovely insight in terms of how to help creatives. So just talk about your art and you as an artist.
Wow.
Wherever you want to start.
Okay.
Not at 2 years old.
Not at really? Not 2 years?
No.
You can't go that back?
No, you can't.
Well, I think at the very essence and the foundation for me, art is pretty much everything. It encompasses everything from how I view the world, how I interact with people, and then different stages of my life. I've been able to utilize different forms of art, whether it was being as a child trying to create short stories to take me through different trauma or issues that was going on in my family life, and then transitioning towards spoken word and doing poetry and using that as a vehicle to express myself as a person, and then present day as an organizer, being able to use art as a way to be able to create moments where young people can feel like they can do great things by pairing them up with different opportunities to go about to do that.
And I just learned recently, I only learned recently about you as spoken word.
Yeah.
Which was amazing to me.
I know.
I always saw you as corporate, corporate.
Even the
you got your corporate.
Yeah.
And when you told me that, I was like, wow. But the gym project, I was impressed about your passion with your project and your collaboration, the events that you did. What's some of the things that you learned in terms of creating art and collaborating? Because that's a big thing for all of us now, artists, the ability to collaborate and create art.
I think what I learned the most is about being able to be open with people and to also just be malleable and really see yourself as this clay that doesn't really have to have this set agenda to go about something. So you might have like a framework of how you see a particular event or an experience to go about, but you have to kind of be open and receptive for other people, and so that they can see themselves and offer and contribute to make the experience better. And so when I think about art and collaboration, I see it as a dual process. It doesn't necessarily have to have like this structure of like going from point A to point Z. It can be like a journey in between that could really foster more of a human connection.
What's that word you used?
Human connection.
Which Rutgers you're on. So, are there particular artists that are easier to work with than others? Or no?
I think that everyone is an artist in their own way, so I won't label a particular artist as a particular type of individual or characteristic trait.
Which is good.
Yeah, because it's pretty much free flowing.
And that's probably why you can probably work with different artists so effectively, because you have that kind of philosophy.
And then also, when I'm interacting with different people, you interact with different people in different ways. And so when you're thinking about working with someone else, you kind of give them the platform to express themselves, and then that will dictate on how you interact with them, you engage with them, talk to them, and build with them.
So is that to see where they fit, where they may fit?
No, to see where they're most comfortable in, for them to feel like they have a safe space to be able to really express themselves. Because everybody comes with them with a whole host of experiences and ideas, and they're trying to figure out where they fit in. And it's up to us not to necessarily put them in a box, but allow them the stage to vocalize who they are, vocalize where they're coming from, vocalize their ideas, and then add into that space. And so you have to be very careful not to be so so dominant to the point where you already kind of shift the conversation, where you kind of you have this response from another person where they're like not really expressing themselves for who they are.
It's almost like in a relationship where you don't listen to what the person is saying because you've already made up your mind what you want from that individual.
Yeah.
And they're talking and you've already said, no, this is how you feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
And it goes the same thing like when you're if you're like a supervisor, it's the same way. You don't manage. Yes. So you don't manage people the same way. So manage everyone the same way. You have to like be receptive, see how they are, how they interact with you, and you can just kind of mold yourself to meet their needs too.
See, this is the stuff that I would learn on the train, like at 9 and 10 o'clock, going to Branchbrook. So, talk about, because you're like also a consultant too. Talk about that and how you see it as art.
Well, I mean, being a consultant, that's one thing that I've also started to build up towards. Being a youth development consultant and also being, whether it's leadership and career, is just the idea of just approaching each situation, each project, each person with a blank slate. Wow. Being able to hear their needs, hear what their goals are, and not really spearhead the conversation like, okay, I already see this is what your agenda is, this is how we're going to do it, but allow them to have the space to talk, and then you can take back all that information and you can really develop like a strategy or a plan, and then you can come back to your particular client and be like, hey, this is what so here's some ideas. Are we in alignment? If we're not, see how we can work together so we can get back on track.
What do you see now here in Newark in terms of the artistry? How do you feel about the artists and like what's going on? What you're feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of I see like an emergence has always been in Newark, and it's just like we're at this really exciting time where people who are not necessarily from Newark, who are now hearing a lot of great things that are happening in Newark, they see this as something new, but this has been going on for several years.